Hello, Wonderland. Kelly here. It is chilly this morning. About 24 degrees right now, I would say. Below freezing. Heading into the woods behind my house again, but it looks a bit different today. We had our first major snowfall, first snowfall of this winter, first major snowfall in, I'd say, about 4 years. So has transformed the landscape a bit. Thought I would get out in it and do a winter photography video. Let's do it. So, sticking with my semi-New Year resolution of traveling light, today I am out here with the R5 Mark II, of course. I've got the 24-105 f4L, which is a nice, relatively lightweight and versatile walk-around lens, and it does decent macro on its own. But I've also got the 100mm macro, in case I see any good crystal formations or anything like that I want to get close up on. And if I want to go wider, I threw in the 16mm RF prime lens, which is not terrible. So actually, it's pretty good. All the RF lenses are pretty good. But anyway, so when you're thinking winter, especially snowy winter photography, the main thing I would say to keep in mind is that all the snow and all the reflected light is going to fool your camera into thinking a scene is a lot brighter than it actually is. Because remember, your camera tries to meter to, I want to say, about an 18% gray level. And all the snow on the ground and bright sky like right now is going to fool the camera into thinking that your scene is bright. And it is, but it's going to underexpose. So if you're shooting in any kind of automatic mode, you're probably going to want to dial in some exposure compensation. If you're shooting a white, wintry, snowy scene, and if you're shooting manual, of course, this is where I would rely on the histogram. Dial things up towards the right a little bit. So, all right, gonna walk. I'm heading towards the retention pond. Want to see if there's any good ducks out there, even though I didn't bring a wildlife lens on this excursion. But along the way, I'll see if I can spot any good scenes or details to pick up. All right, on we go. So here, if you're seeing, we've got these trees down over the creek that runs along the trail here, covered with snow. I like that, with the snow in the background, and the sun is actually in a good spot for me here. I can get a reflection in the water and get a sun star, and maybe get the sun star up in the sky as well through the trees. So to do that, you just want to stop your aperture down. I'm at f13. I'm in manual ISO 100, doing 1/25th of a second right now. So let me find the spot where I'm seeing the reflection there. Pretty bright. Oh, that's good. And then the sun up above as well. And if I'm at 24, I'm getting both. Hopefully. Works well as a portrait orientation, of course, to get the trees and the creek, plus the trees going up into the sky. Okay. I like it. So here, I'm liking this tree that angles out with the snow on it. But then on the other side of the creek, there's like little roots, right, that are raised a little bit from the mud. And those are covered with snow, and that's kind of neat. And then looking down the creek, I like that too. So I'm thinking I can kind of capture that whole scene. So I'm back to the 24-105. I'm gonna stop back to f10, and then I can go to about 1/40th here at ISO 100. And I'll do a couple of each, focusing on the tree. I kind of like that effect. And then I'm going to try one. Yeah, down a little lower here. Cool. I hope I like that. Yeah, this is nice. This is the retention pond. It's actually iced over, which is pretty cool. But that bench looking out over and the trees in the background, I think that'll make a nice shot. I'm going to go down to f4 wide open, get a little less depth of field, blur the background a little more. So I'm going to focus on the bench, obviously. And that lets me get to 1/800th at ISO 100. Zooming in all the way to 105 from this point. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. Have a few of those if I get more sky in this one, which usually is not great if the sky is not interesting, which it is not today. But the tree along the side might be good. All right, quick and easy. I'll go around the pond and see if there's anything interesting. Over here, pretty sure these are bunny prints in the snow. We have some little woodland rabbits around. Kind of fun. So let's see, what else can I talk about? One thing to keep in mind when it's cold out like this is your batteries, and your camera for that matter. If it's humid and you take a camera from a warm environment out into the cold like this, you've probably noticed things tend to fog up. Viewfinder, the lens, yeah. Luckily it's dry today, and it was dry in the house, so I didn't have that problem, but that's something to watch out for. I've been out and about, and I had to wipe my lens elements and my viewfinder constantly. And batteries, yeah, they tend to not hold their charge as efficiently at low temperatures, so keep an eye on your battery life and make sure to bring a spare or two and try to keep them warm until you need them. Yeah, winter stuff. I didn't used to have to deal with that in Florida. Kind of fun, though. Now, for details on a winter day like this, I like to look for things like right here. You probably can't see it in the camera, but there's a leaf with some ice on it. It's kind of neat. And that one too. And then down on the ground, you got plants sticking up through the snow, some kind of holly here, which is appropriate for the season, of course. The ice and snow on logs and things can be interesting. So yeah, a couple of little things here I can try to get some shots of. Gonna give it a try. Still on the 24-105, might switch to the 100mm. I think I will. Yeah, see how that comes out. Handy tip, gear-wise, apparel-wise, for cold weather. These gloves with the flippy fingertips, very nice. There are some that have the pads on the finger that let them work with touch screens, but for camera buttons and knobs and dials, it's nothing like your actual finger. So as long as it's not too cold, these work well for me. And when I'm not shooting, I just flip it back. This one just has the the first two fingers and the glove, or the thumb, can flip on both hands, but I only use the right hand for this stuff. More bunny tracks. Maybe I'll see a bunny. I should get a picture of the bunny tracks. Yeah, okay. Another tip. When there's running water, there's often icicles and fun little ice formations. So let's see if I go down here. This is our creek. Runs by the little bridge. So down there I'm seeing some icicles on that branch. Across the way. Yeah, let's see if I can grab anything here. Maybe under the bridge even. There's some right there. Okay, see what's interesting here. All right, that was a relatively short little walk and video, but I'm satisfied for now. Hopefully I got a few good shots to show you, some good tips to share. Yeah, so wherever you are, be good to yourself, take care of each other, don't forget to be awesome, get out and wander, even if it's in your own backyard. Later.